Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 30 Pretty Wants Love, but will settle for a fling. Let's get right into it.
Might be the most toxic thing that has ever come out of my mouth, but I'm just gonna say it because I know for a fact that there are other women who are sharing this same sentiment as I am. So I'm gonna speak for all of us. My love life is so dry right now. In fact, my love life has been dry since September of 2024. So we're going on a year here. I am actually at a point where I think I'd rather be in a situationship. Yes, I said it. I think I would rather be in a situationship than be this single and bored. That is saying a lot because I feel like I have done all of the healing work that a person can do in their lifetime. I've done all the right things. I have chosen peace first above all else. I've spent time alone. I have learned to enjoy my time alone, and sometimes I enjoy it a little bit too much. But I don't know. At this rate, it's like if I'm not at least gonna find someone to be in a committed relationship with, at least I can still get something out of a situationship. Like, at least I can still get some excitement over a situationship that isn't gonna last. Because at least when you're in a situationship, you have this idea that, okay, maybe things are gonna go further. You at least can picture a future with someone. You're living in a fantasy world, and I like living in that fantasy world, okay? That is a little bit more exciting than me sitting here and, quite honestly, every day just being like, is this what it's come to? And just questioning, like, will it ever be my turn? Is it ever gonna happen for me? I don't know. I'm just really tired of being in this place where there's like absolutely no one. And I've only been in 2 situationships in my entire life. Like, really, I've only been in 2, and they were the worst time of my life. Like, they ruined me. They made me sick. They made me like get to the worst place I've ever been in my life. But at least when I was in a situationship, I felt like there was hope. I felt like there was at least someone out there that could fulfill something within me. And that something is just that feeling of closeness that you simply cannot get with a platonic friendship or a platonic relationship. So that is where we're currently at.
Round of applause for this girl. Jesus. Okay? Admitting something that might not be a comfortable truth. This is an uncomfortable truth. And it's funny because I don't want to say it this way, but white women are willing to compromise. Okay? They're willing to compromise. Black women, unfortunately, you guys thought that to yourself that either you get everything that you want, okay, or you don't want nothing at all. Okay? The best or nothing. This lady's saying, you know what? My situationships were the worst things that ever happened to me, but I'd rather that than nothing, right? Who wants to die alone? Apparently, our black women, I hate that for us. I hate that for y'all, because I ain't gonna die alone, okay? I'm gonna have somebody. I'm gonna have at least a situationship. Anyway, I found out there's a little bit of hope for this girl. I did some snooping around. Take a look at this.
Okay, but tell me why I've been asked out on more dates in the past 4 days I've been in Texas than dates that I've been asked on in my home city in the past 2 years. Like, I literally just got to Austin on Thursday. It is Monday, and I already have 2 dates planned for this week with 2 different people. Like, I swear, the longer I am here, the more I am convinced that I belong here and I need to get out of my home city. Like, I don't know if it's a Midwest thing or a Southern hospitality thing, but the people here really are so much nicer. It is so much easier to go up to someone here and talk to them than it is in Chicago, where I'm from. And the crazy part is that I knew this was gonna happen because last time I was in Texas in 2022, the amount of times I got hit on, the amount of times I went out somewhere and made a new friend everywhere I went, I knew it was gonna happen again. And it's really crazy because for the longest time, I was telling myself this story that I was unapproachable, maybe there was something wrong with me that men at home weren't talking to me. But no, it's literally just my environment.
Because now she might have a biased experience here. Oh my God, I'm out of town, you know, everything works out a lot better. It feels that way, right? This is why women love girls trips, because they go somewhere else and they can hook up with other guys very easily. And sometimes it might be them because they don't have as many barriers, or they don't have as many walls up, okay? Now, she's from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. Can you imagine her and Chief Keef from the same place? Can you imagine? Can you see her in O Block? Anyway, I thought it was interesting as well the fact that, she approaches men as well. Ladies, this is how you prevent yourself from staying single forever. Approach the men. And she's worried about being approachable, so you know what? She approaches men. Okay? I have hope for her. I have hope for her. She's going to be all right. Anyway, I found another clip from Deja Grady. Shout out to Deja. One of my favorite girls on TikTok. Take a look at this. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Just know, a real woman will never let herself get sloppy. It does not matter what she goes through. She is not going to allow herself to just look any kind of way. Because if we're being so real, part of being a woman is confidence. And that comes from how we look and how we feel. This is why so many women prioritize keeping their hair done, the lashes, wearing makeup, getting veneers, cosmetic work done, body work done, because confidence is a source of their esteem. So a woman who allows herself to be sloppy is a woman who is too arrogant to accept that she has let herself go. And she is not willing to take personal responsibility for the quality of her life. However, a real woman will do the exact opposite. A real woman does not need to be told she's dropping the ball on herself because she checks in with herself first. A real woman does not blame the quality of her life on things that's happened to her or the choices that she's made that's made her life harder. She's going to take full-on responsibility and do what she needs to do to prioritize herself. So don't ever think that part of being a real woman is neglecting yourself, because real women take responsibility for the source of their happiness, their confidence, and their self-esteem.
Woo! Well said. You see why I like her? A real woman will ... Men, women do this to us all the time. They say, a real man is this, a real man is that. We need to give them a taste of the same medicine. A real woman will never let herself get sloppy. A real woman takes responsibility. Y'all not real women. That's the issue we have in the dating market right now. We don't have real women. We have pseudo women. We have women that call themselves feminists and womanists, and they're not real women. Okay, we need to start calling them trans women. Okay, I'm just saying they're not. So anyway, but the point about it is, though, the reality of it is that if we frame things like this, what it means to be a real woman, and if we communicate it to women that this is what we want from women, a real woman is this, a real woman is that, we're going to give them something to live up to. That's not a bad idea, to give women something good to live up to. Yeah, keeping your body right, that's a real woman. Yeah, being on time, that's a real woman. You know what I'm saying? Being responsible, that's a real woman. Holding it down, being loyal. A real woman's a loyal woman. A real woman doesn't cheat. Real women don't cheat. I like this kind of narrative, okay? In fact, I got more videos by Deja. I thought it was interesting as well. Take a look at what she had to say right here.
I don't care how I make you feel. My job is to make sure I am living in alignment with my truth. And if me living in my truth and honoring my voice offends you, good, because I'm not meant to spare your feelings. There are so many people who are scared to live in alignment with how they truly feel and the life that they truly want to live out of fear of offending other people. You are not created to be small. You are not created to placate to other people's feelings. You are not created to dim your light because other people are offended by your greatness, by your courage, by your boldness. You are created to live a life that is genuine to you. So if that means stepping on toes because of your beliefs, do it. If that means offending people by the way that you want to live, do it. If that means hurting other people's feelings by sharing your truth, do it. You don't owe nobody nothing. Your job is to live in alignment with you and to make sure you are at peace when your head hits your pillow at night. So if you haven't been living in your truth, this is your sign to do so.
I love everything this girl says. What I think is so interesting about her is she's authentic, okay? And she's willing to go against the sisterhood to stand on her principles. Ladies, this is what's necessary for you to be able to be attractive as a wife. Deja is a wife. Whether she's married or not, or whatever she got going on, she's a wife. And a wife is not going to side with the sisterhood and dump her man, leave her man because her sister said to do so. No, she's going to keep her man, keep herself happy with her man, keep herself in shape. And you know what? She's going to live a happier life. A lot of women think the way to live a happy life is to make a bunch of excuses, let yourself get fat, but have a man that will tolerate it. That's not living a happy life. Let's keep it real. You're deluding yourself. Someone like Deja doesn't have to delude herself to be happy. She could look in the mirror and be happy. She could look inside herself and realize that I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what feels right. And she could be rational. Okay, it's a good thing she's a personal trainer. Shout out to her, man. And if you're going to get a personal trainer, get her someone that's going to be accountable. A lot of women be getting personal trainers that are just as sloppy and out of shape just like they are. Get somebody that's accountable. Anyway, this video is going decently viral on TikTok. I thought it was very fascinating. Take a look at this.
I've been separated from my husband of 23 years for the last 7 months. 7 months. I left. I was the one that left. I left in the middle of the night, one night, and the story about why or how or what led up to it or all of those things, that's really something for me and him to keep. But I left. And when I left, I didn't know that I was going to stay gone. I just knew that I needed a minute. I needed a minute. I just needed a little break. I just needed to sit with myself. And I didn't know why at the time. I didn't know why I needed some time to sit with myself. But now that I've sat with myself for 7 months, I think I'm starting to figure it out. I'm 43 years old. I'll be 44 next month. I had never in my life been alone. At all. Ever. I had never lived alone. I had, all the way since Cody Deutsch in the 8th grade, I had never not been in a relationship, not part of a bonded pair. I had never just been Mindy. And the first 4 months after I left, I was all alone. I was literally all alone here in this wonderful little trailer house that was so graciously provided to me by my very best friend. And it was hard. It's been so hard. When you're always on, when you're always going, when you are out in the world and you are maxing out, and then you come home and you are maxing out and you are monitoring emotions and you are stuffing down things that you feel and you are ignoring them by staying busy. Whenever you get alone all by yourself, and there's not any distractions and there's not anything holding all of that stuff back, it all comes forward. It all comes to the front. And it all...
Yeah, she's going to be an alcoholic. I can see it now. Box wine, she's going to be running through box wine. Here's a lady who really doesn't understand life, and I feel for her because she's 44. She's 44 years old. And she left her husband, of 23 years in the middle of the night, 7 months ago, just randomly. She was like, I'm going to leave. And she's never been alone. And now she has kids. And by the graces of her friends, she has a place to stay, a trailer home. Ladies, stop choosing hard for life. Women choose hard for life. Listen, and when I mean if you're going to choose your hard, and you have a choice between your family or by being by yourself, choose your family, girl. Because if it wasn't for your friend, where would you be now? Would you be in a homeless shelter? Women, understand that, yes, you haven't been alone, but that's not a bad thing. I don't know where you feel like, oh my God, I haven't been alone, so I need to take this alone time. I hear women say that all the time. There is no flex being alone. I meet women that have never had a boyfriend in their late 30s. I've recently was talking to a girl, she's 35 years old, never had a boyfriend. You think that girl's okay? That girl's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? The fact that you had the privilege of never being single is a good thing. Because now you're choosing the weirdest time of your life for trauma to start. In your late 40s, while you're a mother, God knows, of 1, 2, 3 kids. and you're living in a trailer park. And like you said yourself, you go to work, it's hard. You come home, it's hard. It's hard all the time. But let me guess, choosing yourself was the best thing you've ever done. I don't know. It sounds like she's going to say that. Let's listen.
To the front, and it's still coming to the front, but it's eased up. It's gentler now. But the first 4 months, it was vicious. It was vicious. It was hard. I had some really, really bad nights. It's weird to get to the middle of your life and not know who the heck you are. And I think one of the biggest catalysts for me for wanting to spend this time alone was to not be who I was being, to not be the person. I was looking at the person that I was becoming, and I did not like her. I didn't like her at all. But it felt out of my control. It felt like too much, and I needed a full stop. I needed a full stop to sit down. I stopped a business that I had just started. I stopped all kinds of things all at one time. Over the last 3 years, I've dealt with a narcissistic, alcoholic, drug-abusing parent. Well, I've dealt with that for my whole life. I had breast cancer. I had job loss. I had now the loss of my marriage. And it was all too much. And that was just in the last 3 years. I trust the timing of things. I do. I think everything happens on time. And I think I was trying to do a lot of things ahead of their time when I wasn't ready, when I wasn't prepared for what was next. And even now, I don't feel fully prepared for what's next, but I know what I want. I want the rest of my life to have joy and peace and calm and love.
And you don't get that from external things. You don't. You don't. And I'm not saying that there are not husbands that some women are married to that are worth leaving. I'm sure there is. But to me, this strikes me like a cop-out. He's abusive. It's always the same story. They're abusive. They're alcoholic. It's like every man you know is just an abusive alcoholic. Every single man walking the earth is just an abusive alcoholic. It's always the same story. And it's hard when the word abuse, because people use it so subjectively, you never know what it means. Stonewalling a girl nowadays is abuse. Just ignoring a girl is abuse. Oh, it's abusive. You abuse me. Google it. Stonewall is a form of abuse. Ignoring a girl. Imagine that. So what you want me to do? You want me to argue with you? You want me to fight with you? I thought it was so telling when she said that she doesn't know who she is in the middle of her life. This woman's 44 years old and she has no idea who she is. You tell me that you spend so much time with people and you see your life reflecting their lives and you have no idea who you are. You have kids. You have no idea who you are. I think she's the issue. I think she's the problem. She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Where have you been this whole time? Have you just been, you know what I'm saying, just a body floating through time around people and you're just there? You have no agency of your own. You had to marry this man. You had to have his kids. You numbed yourself. And if you're looking for something to unnumb you, you ain't going to find it. So many women want to find themselves. You know how they want to find themselves? By sleeping with random men. Imagine that. Oh, I need to find myself. I need to find myself. Every time a woman says that, that's code word for I need to sleep with random men casually. And for some reason, sleeping with random men casually, they discover themselves. They discover what they really like. Finding themselves sexually. I had a girl that I was talking to, and it really disgusted me when she said this. But she felt like she was finding herself. She took like a pole dancing class. And she was like, oh yeah, I kind of got in tune with my own sexuality. I'm like, get in tune with your sexuality dancing on a pole? Like, is this why stripper culture is so popular now? That women find themselves dancing on a pole? You can't make, it's like, yo, our culture is so cooked. I was so turned off. But this is a girl I dated last year. I was so turned off when she said that. I wanted her to leave. We're in my bed. I wanted her to leave. I'm like, there's no way if I have a kid with you, you're going to teach my daughter, find yourself on a stripper pole. There's no way. But this is the rationality of women. Women are not really rational. They're emotional. But they believe everything they say. They believe everything they think. If a woman thinks it, she believes it's true. If she feels it, she believes it's true. This is one of the challenges communicating with women, is that they trust their instincts way too much. They trust their feelings way too much. And it leads them down a path that always fails. But because they're so short-sighted, because they're so myopic, they don't know. No one's coming to save you. They have no idea. They think to themselves, oh, well, my person. They keep talking about imaginary person. I went on a date with a girl. She's talking about, and she was like, oh, I'm going to, she told me during the date, she's like, yeah, I'm going to be celibate till marriage. And I said, oh, okay. So during the day, I said, you know what? I think we're better off as friends. During the day, I said it. Right? And she's like, oh, that's fine. That's okay. You know, my person's going to accept it. And in my mind, I'm like, you're a person. So many women have this imaginary archetype of a person, and they think that person's sitting around waiting for them, coming to save them. Somebody, their dream guy who they're going to be attracted to. He's not abusive. He's not an alcoholic. He's down for her to be celibate till she's married, even though she's not a virgin. He's going to be down for everything to put his life into her life, in her frame. And he's just waiting for her until she finds her. Again, their emotions feel like that, their instincts feel like that, but reality, is that going to happen? So many women went down this path and failed, and they just have no clue. So she's going to be one of many. She's going to be one of many.
But I got to love myself well first. Because when I'm not loving myself well, I have all of these toxic traits of how I show love. And I don't know. I just want to be alone. I just want to be Mindy. I just want to be just Mindy B. So that's where I'm at. I'm just Mindy B. I've been hard to deal with. I am hard to deal with. I was very hard to deal with. I'm reckoning with that. The end of my marriage is not anybody's fault. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. It's just an evolution. It was just a roller coaster ride. And as the roller coaster comes into rest, and he and I both hop off and go off to our next rides separately, I want for him and for me, for the next ride, to just be the thrill of a lifetime. So this feed is not going to turn into like a snarky, bitter, divorcee feed.
It's too late. I think you think your next ride is going to be better than your past life, but here's a hard truth that a lot of women have to face. If you're older and you have kids, you have a very low sexual market value. Your sexual market value doesn't go up. I know the things that you want have increased. You want more things now. You want better things now. But the hard reality of it is there's no one willing to give an older woman with kids a better thing. It's a really hard thing to find. You need to do the self-work. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just unlikely for most women. If you're truly in a horrible, irreconcilable relationship, yes, leave. But understand, you're not leaving to something better. You're just getting away from something horrible. The problem is women think in their mind that they're leaving this horrible situation and they're going to get in a situation that's their dream situation. It's not going to happen. Here's one of the things I've realized she said. She's thinking that, I got to focus on myself. I got to love myself. Women hate narcissists. But for some reason, they think becoming a narcissist is a solution. I'm going to say it again. Women hate narcissists, but they think for some reason becoming a narcissist is the solution. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And I'm glad that she admitted she was hard to deal with, because that's the truth. The truth is you are the problem. You're hard to deal with. You might have had a husband that lashed out on you, But it's not because you're just doing everything you need to do and he was just lashing out. It's that people have conflict. They don't know how to get along. We need to learn conflict resolution. But dumping your marriage, getting out of a marriage is not the solution. There's something about him that you built a life with this person. They're your family now. After 23 years, that's the wrong time to leave. You know the best time to leave? Early on. If you're going to get a divorce from someone, don't wait 23 years. You've been married since, if I'm correct, that means you've been married since you're 2021. Don't leave 23. Be married for a year. Be married for 2 years. Don't have kids. Do like Halle Berry and David Justice. Wipe your slate clean with no kids. But don't stick with someone for 23 years and think you're going to get out of it and it's going to be peaches and creams. And it's not going to work like that. It's not. Anyway, something positive today. Let's get back to the headliner. So the new headliner today, Deja Grady. I had to pick Deja Grady. I know I had her in the video, but she's just such the paragon of what a woman should be. I'm telling you, I like dark-skinned women, and I don't got nothing against light-skinned women. I prefer dark-skinned women, but I still find light-skinned women beautiful as well. I like tan skin, I like color. But to me, beyond all that, who she is internally, how she carries herself, her mind, this is exactly what you want in a wife. I'm telling you. This is the paragon of a wife. So we're going to play a little bit of what she has to say here, and I'm just going to give her her roses, give her her flowers. Ladies, this is what men want in a wife.
A woman's physique tells you everything you need to know about her. A woman who is out of shape or overweight is a woman who does not respect herself. She does not love herself. She loves food more than her health. And she is most likely in pain, and she is using food to cope with how she feels. A lot of you guys were triggered by my last video, and I'm glad, because you cannot have a relationship with someone that you don't have with yourself. You cannot love somebody more or better than you love yourself. Everything starts with yourself. I respect myself. Therefore, I have the discipline to go to the gym and to work out. I care about how I look, so therefore I will go to the gym and make sure I work out. I care about how I feel, so I will be intentional with what I eat, and I will go to the gym and work out. A lot of you women were claiming you like being overweight. What do you like? Constantly having to buy bigger clothes every time you overeat? Or hiding behind shapewear? Or being out of breath from doing basic stuff like going up the stairs? Or being too winded to play with your kids because you're carrying too much weight? I know it hurts, but your body is your temple and you must take care of it. So it's time to get your life together. And I'm only saying this because we create life. The quality of our children's life is dependent upon us and the example that we set and the habits that we show them and instill in them. So it's time to get it together. Get in the gym. Feel how you want. A woman's physique tells you.
I mean, I couldn't say it any better. Just a beautiful woman overall. I mean, look at her physique. Just a beautiful woman. This is the paragon of a wife. I don't care what anybody say. If I married a woman like this, God sent me a good thing, okay? I got God's favor on my side. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.